On Adar 2/7, March 25th, 1406 BC, Yasha ben Nun is told by the Spirit of Moshe's death. The entire nation begins to mourn him for a month. On Nisan 7th, April 23rd, either by the Urim and Thummim or by a vision, the Eternal One speaks to Joshua. He tells him to get up and cross over the Jordan, and that every place he will step on with the sole of his foot is the land that he swore to the patriarchs that they would be given. Furthermore, all land from the desert and the Lebanon to the Great Sea and the Euphrates River will be theirs as well. Over the next 3 days, the children of Israel start to prepare their march and cross the Jordan on orders of Joshua. He orders the Reubeni, the Gadi, and half-tribe of Manasseh to remember their oath they swore to Moshe regarding the invasion of the land. On the same day, Nisan 7th, April 23rd, two men come to Joshua at Abel HaShittim. There, they are given instructions to do a recon mission of the near city and report its population, arable land, potential and natural crop yield, produce, military strength, its temples, the layout of the town, and any other information that would be vital in its conquest. Posing as travelers, they walk to the city. Upon reaching the city, they find it is built on an embankment surrounded by a trench. Inside the perimeter of this trench stands a 12 to 15 foot high stone retaining wall encasing the 9 acres of the lower city. Atop this wall rests a 6 foot thick, 20 to 26 foot high mud brick wall, 46 feet above ground level, and at the summit of the embankment stands another mud brick wall encasing 6 acres of the upper city. The upper city, they find, might have been populated by 1,200 people, while the lower is populated by a smaller population. Within the city, at some point, they come to the house of a renowned prostitute on the outermost defensive wall. The reasons for going to this woman's house are either A, for the purposes of blending in, as it's not uncommon for travelers to seek drink, food, a bed, and the services of such occupation, or B, they actually wanted her services. While they are there, word comes to the king of the city that spies from the children of Israel are in her house. He sends soldiers to arrest or even kill them, but Rahab hides them and lies to the guards. She sends the spies out the city through her window. Before leaving, she asks them to swear an oath to her before Adonai that since she was kind to them, that they will also be kind to her and her family by sparing them. The men replied to her, "Our lives are certainly worth yours, provided you don't betray our mission. So when Adonai gives us the land, we will treat you kindly and in good faith. We will not be guilty of violating the oath you made us swear, provided that when we enter the land, you tied this piece of scarlet cord in the window you let us down from, and you gather together in your house your father, mother, brothers, and your father's entire household. If anyone goes out the doors of your house into the street, he will be responsible for his own blood, and we will be guiltless. But everyone who stays with you in the house, we will be responsible for his blood if anyone lays a hand on him. However, if you say a word about the business of ours, then we will be free of your oath that you made us swear." She agrees to it, and as they flee to the river, she ties the scarlet cord in the window. The spies hide near the river until the morning of the 3rd day, at which point they return to camp after crossing the river. On the morning of Nisan 10th, April 26th, nearly 2.5 million people break camp and arrive at the eastern bank of the flooded Yarden River. It's possibly near the site of the modern King Hussein Bridge that an unusual event takes place. When the Levium carrying the ark wade into the water, the upstream flow piles up about 20 miles near the cities of Adam and Zatan. As the water piles up here, the water flowing toward the Sea of the Arab, or the Dead Sea, keeps its course. The resulting effect is a dry riverbed upon which the nation crosses. As they cross, the villages in the surrounding countryside are relieved of their populations out of fear of such a supernatural event. Having lost the security which the flooded river provided by separating them from the Israelites, they seek the security in the closest fortified city, which is Jericho. In the course of the migration, 12 men, one from each tribe, are commissioned to select a stone apiece. Upon the entire nation crossing, the return to their flood flow, the water returns to its flood flow, and these men build a pillar of the stones. Joshua commands that when the children growing up and yet to be born ask why these 12 stones have been erected, the fathers are to tell them that it is because the wonders that brought them to the land. As the nation sets camp at Gilgal, a place untouched by bloodshed, as per the requirement for a place to erect the Mishkan, or tabernacle, Joshua writes down the following prayer. It is our duty to praise the Master of all, to ascribe greatness to the author of creation, who has not made us like the nations of lands, nor placed us like the families of the earth, who has not made our portion like theirs, nor our destiny like all their multitudes. For they worship vanity and emptiness, and pray to a God who cannot save. But we bow and worship and give thanks to the Supreme King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed be He, who extends the heavens and establishes the earth, whose throne of glory is in the heavens above, and whose power's presence is in the highest of heights. He is our God. There is no other. Truly, He is our King. There is no one else. As it is written in His Torah, you shall know and take to heart this day the Lord is God. In the heavens above and on the earth below, there is no other. On Nisan 11th, April 27th, 1406 BC, thousands of men, some of whom were born on the way to Kadesh, and most of whom were born at Kadesh, are ordered to report to a nearby hill. It is here that they are all given the command of a Brit Milah, or circumcision, which their fathers failed to do at the appointed time. By Nisan the 14th, April 30th, 1406 BC, the men are healed, or almost healed from their sicknesses. It is that evening in which they begin to celebrate the week-long festival of Pesach. During the festival, Joshua seemingly is alone.